Disclaimer at the outset of this video, this contains just a smidgen of opinion, because believe it or not, like it or not, barrister or not, I too can have an opinion, and I'm free to express that opinion. Although I do make it clear when it's an opinion, and it's not a legal opinion, because that would make it legal advice, which this is not. But I will tell you the law that underpins my opinion on this matter, not that it's a legal opinion. Anyway, this is a little bit of a bugbear of mine, in that some people, you know who you are, put your feet on the chairs on the train. Now, I don't know about you, but if I phrase it like this, you'll probably agree with me that I like to keep my clothes clean, but I would rather they not get covered in pigeon poo, dirt, grime, spit and dust from the floor, which is picked up by other people's shoes that they then put on the seats on the train. I just would prefer not to have all of that end up on my clothes and have to dry clean them. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about that. Because as we speak, I've put up a poll and I'm already quite surprised by the response, in that anyone at all thinks that this is perfectly harmless and acceptable, that they are okay with having this on their clothes. Maybe they don't take trains, I don't know. But so far, I've only just posted it about 15 minutes ago, so there's only, I say only, gratefully received 582 votes at the moment, 88% of which said it's incredibly ignorant and deserving of a fine for those people that put their feet on the chairs on the trains. 12% said that it's harmless and acceptable. You see, I'm very fair, I give both options, even when I'm giving you my opinions. But I would hesitantly guess that those 12% of people are either respectfully a bit ignorant of the situation or you just don't take trains. I don't know. But let me know if you are in that 12%, why do you think it's okay? Because surely if you sit on a dirty seat because someone's put their feet on it, your clothes are going to get dirty. How is that in any way harmless and acceptable? Unless, of course, you're not taking the train. But this is a channel of law. Not that it's a legal opinion, but it's a channel of law, so let me give you some law that underpins this. There is a body of railway bylaws, which are available on the government website, I'll link them below, which are, and I quote, made under Section 219 of the Transport Act 2000 by the Strategic Railway Authority, and confirmed under Schedule 20 of the Transport Act 2000 by the Secretary of State for Transport on the 22nd of June 2005 for regulating the use and working of and travel on or by means of railway assets, the maintenance of order on railway assets, and the conduct of all persons while on railway assets. Together, the bylaws. Talking about enforcement first of all, because that's sort of the point here. If there's going to be a law, it needs to be enforced. Let's start with enforcement, which provides for the offence and level of fines for any person that breaches any of these bylaws, commits an offence, and, with the exception of bylaw 17, may be liable for each such offence to a penalty not exceeding level 3 on the standard scale, which in English means £1,000. Now there's various other things such as the removal of persons and so on, but I'm just going to stick with the fine for now. So up to £1,000 fine. Now the bylaw that is most specific to this situation is number 6, which is unacceptable behaviour, which in my humble opinion, it is unacceptable behaviour to have your feet on the chair on a train, because it's making that chair dirty for anyone else that comes to sit on it, because your feet have been all over the floor, over the aforementioned materials that are on the floor that most people would rather not have on their clothes. Now 6.1 says that no person shall use any threatening, abusive, obscene or offensive language on the railway. Number 2 is that no person shall behave in a disorderly, indecent or offensive manner on the railway. Number 3, write, draw, paint or fix anything on the railway. 4, soil any part of the railway, which would include the chairs. 5 would be damage or detach any part of the railway. 6, spit on the railway. 7, drop litter or leave waste on the railway, which is another bugbear of mine, but not quite as bad as putting your feet on the chair, because the litter, as annoying it can be, can just be picked up and put in the trash. But number 8 is probably where this comes into play, which is no person shall molest or willfully interfere with the comfort or convenience of any person on the railway, which would of course include putting your feet on the chair so that the chairs get dirty, so that other people's clothes get dirty when they sit down on them. I hope that my opinion comes across quite clearly here. I'm sorry if it sounds like a bit of a rant, but I see this all so often, and I'm sure some people are not doing it deliberately, as in they don't deliberately mean to dirty and soil other people's clothing. They just don't really think it through. So if you do see this video and you do that, I hope that you would decide to change your behavior, think about it, and no longer put your feet on the chair. Because I might start naming and shaming certain organizations to whom these people belong, and then maybe then you'll be encouraged not to put your feet on the chair. And if that didn't convince you, then it is an offence if you are fined for such a thing, which will appear on a criminal record. Especially an enhanced DBS check will certainly include something like this, and you must also disclose that to future employers and so on and so forth. So it will appear and it will follow you around if you are fined for such a thing. The first thing people will say is, well, they can be challenged in court and all these sorts of things. Well, if it's absolutely clear by CCTV or by a photograph that they've got their feet on a chair, then that's likely just to waste people's time and they should be liable to the costs for it. So let me know in the comments what you think. My opinion's quite clear on this. Just don't put your feet on the chairs. I mean, we sit on the chairs. We don't want people's feet on there. I hope that's at least somewhat useful. Please do like the video and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.